Hi FlossTube, it's Jess, the librarian stitcher lady, and it is March 2nd, though you'll probably see this on either March 3rd or 4th. There's a lot of birthday activity going on in the next 2 days. So, I've been trying to shoot a couple things to piece together. So this is the start of that. Let's see, this weekend was full of so many fun things. I got to go to the quilt shop for 4 days in a row, which totally made my week awesome. Thursday was a stitch and bitch, and Friday was just hanging out and trying to shop local. So what better way to do that at the quilt store where I get to sit and stitch and chat with my friends. And then Saturday they had a sidewalk sale. And then today I had my quilt class. So I was there, they were seeing me all weekend long. And I brought Girl Scout cookies today, so they loved that. They were all over the Thin Mints for sure. All right, so I have an outline. I have a whole stockpile of journals. So I took out a journal, a small one, for planning things for FlossTube. This is my 4th FlossTube, by the way, so very excited. Again, everybody's been really great, and I just wanted to say a huge thank you to Cross Stitch Jess, because she gave me a shout out on her FlossTube the other day, and that was really cool. My daughter and I just were watching her chatting in the living room the other day, and all of a sudden I heard Jess talk about somebody with the same name as her, and I looked up and I swear I saw my name, my YouTube name on her screen, so I had to rewind it, and I was shushing my daughter, and she was very impressed with me, thinking, Mom, you got a shout out. So that was pretty cool. So thank you. You made my day. All right. If you haven't been over to Cross Stitch Jess's FlossTube, I definitely recommend it. She has a lot of fun stitches, and I'm going to be doing the scissor thing for your Meta Cross Stitch birthday start. So I have a pattern. I have a couple patterns. I'll have to show them later, but yeah, I have a couple patterns I want to think about doing. So it's getting me to branch out and do different things. So I think that's fun. Okay. Let's see. I have a finish. I'm very excited about this. I did not iron it, so please don't judge me. I had the opportunity to iron today, but I was working on other stuff. So I've got some big hoop marks on here. But I'm very excited. This is Country Cottage Needleworks, their January sampler. And I finished it on Friday when I was at the quilt shop. So I was very excited. I don't know yet how I'm gonna finish this completely. I was gonna take it with me to my EGA meeting tomorrow. The Constellation chapter meets at the 50 Plus Center at East Columbia Library, and I'm in Maryland, and we meet every first Monday of the month. So I'm going to take this with me and pick their brains a little bit. I have one person in the group is a finisher of like pillows and items like that, and another one that's a framer. So I'm just gonna try and see what's best. I'm kind of thinking of something that is removable, so that way I can eventually change out the months, so I don't have to commit to hanging up all of them. So maybe I'll wrap this on the sticky mounting board, and then put a magnet on the back, and then whatever I put it on, maybe I'll get something wood to put it on, and just kind of trade it out all the time. So if you've done this before, if you have any suggestions, I would love to hear them. I am all about suggestions, because I don't know what I don't know, you know? Okay, so that's my finish. Very excited. Okay, and then let's see, my whips that I actually worked on. So I have Nordic Christmas. So when I stopped, when I finished my January sampler, I had a couple whips with me, and I chose this one to work on. And it's a Dimensions kit. Let me get the name of it out here. Nordic Winter. So I finished doing that vine. I did these leaves and these berries, and then this little plus, which will be a snowflake. So I have to put some back stitching on this stuff and on the snowflake, and then I can move on to the next thing. I do have a little counting issue. I realized, and I probably realized this before when I did the heart, the antlers touching the heart, and there's supposed to be one space in there. So I actually took out a row on this leaf to compensate for it. So I'll have to figure that out. But yeah, it's super cute. I love the colors. I think I'm gonna do some kind of fabric wall hanging with this one. The quilt shop Cottonwood in the Park has a lot of really fun prints and a lot of modern types, colorful stuff. So I'm gonna, when I get that finished, I think that's where I'll head to find something cool to, you know, put that up with. So that's one of my whips. And then, oh, I wanted to share my quilt class with you. So I have my bag of blocks here. So I was able to do 12 blocks in class, so 13 altogether. And then I chain stitched this whole week my other blocks. So they're not finished, but they're all pieced together. So you see, I just did this whole row, and then I just stitched it, kept going. I didn't cut it. So I stitched all the way down, and then I added these pieces and stitched all the way down. So I have all my blocks like this. And I'm gonna insert a picture right here. And there you can see all 16 of my, or not 16, 13 of my finished blocks. And then let me show you. I forget what layer cake I got. I can look back at my order from Cottonwood, because they're really cool. They keep, I mean, it's like I ordered online. When I order in person, they email it to me. The receipt is just like an online receipt that I get from when I shop in an online store. So it even has pictures of the items in there. So it's really easy to keep track of what you've purchased and no guessing about it. So here is an example of one of my blocks, and it's not a horrible one. So I have a couple that are a little wonky, but that's okay. So basically these are originally 10 by 10, and we cut every block, you know, in a hashtag kind of symbol. I was about to say pound sign. Yeah, I'm that age. Yes, I am. I was born in the 70s. So yeah, you cut all of them 2.5 inches in, and then you swap out the parts. So this fabric is a Tim Holtz fabric, and it's my background, so to speak. It's my neutral white color. And then my different pieces, we just swap the pieces between 2 blocks. So I have one that's the opposite of this, right? So I have 13 of those done, and I'm gonna see if I can get a few more done this week. We have 2 classes left, so I'd like to get as much done as I can at home. I feel comfortable doing this, so I will do this piece of it, putting the blocks officially together. It took a long time. I mean, it was a slow start. I got there at about 11:40, but it wasn't until, I don't know, 12:30 before I really started sewing, because, you know, you're chatting with everybody and it's a lot of fun. So the quilt shop is a really cool place. It's brand new. They opened last fall, October 12th to be exact. And I did a tour, took a video, and I have recorded it. I'm gonna add it right here. So take a few minutes and check out this shop. What I find really interesting about it is the ambiance. It is a mixture of quilt stuff, arts and crafts stuff, stitching, and antiques. So it has got a little bit of everything. And with Joann's closing, we lost ours in Severna Park last year, and the others are all gonna be closing. The one in Annapolis is still around, but you don't know for how long, you know? So with them closing, where are we gonna get our art supplies? I mean, there's Michael's, but we're kind of right in between the two more accessible Michaels. One's like 6 miles away, one's 3 miles, but geographically it involves getting on a highway and going towards Annapolis, which is busy. So I tend not to want to go over there at certain times of day. So yeah, so take a minute and check out this video and see why I love this shop. This is Cottonwood in the Park, a new arts and crafts, antique and quilting shop. I love this place. I got all my favorite things here. You can find vintage fabric, ephemera. Look at all this stuff. This is like my favorite right here for paper crafts, mixed with antiques and artisan goods. So they're gonna have a sidewalk sale tomorrow, which will be fun. I will be here again. I love these paintings. They're very pretty. And then she's got a wall of art supplies here. Canvases, paper, pens. Got some scratch art and such back here. More drawing materials. This baker's twine. I got a good good set of pastels here a couple weeks ago that I think are decent for doing that blending online. I got these ones actually, right there. And she's got soft pastels, which is another word for chalk, type of chalk. Oh, she's got a tracing board, paint, more twine, some kids' crafts, and clay and paint, more paint. So, and she's always getting more stuff. So you just have to make a recommendation. Oh, these are cute. Got all of this lovely stuff. This is one of my favorite things right here. You can join their club and you get a free bag with their logo on it, which is awesome. And they have aprons too. You can choose that instead. I love these. These are rag quilts or rag rugs. Love those. More cute toys. These doll houses would be awesome. The warehouse. So this looks like used fabric, or like fabric that they found secondhand kind of thing, which this is really cool. Definitely can find little pieces of something unique. Ooh. Pre-owned quilt fabric, tools, craft supplies, trims, home decor fabrics, clothing fabric, etc. So they also have quilt squares that are already done that they found. Ooh, I might take that. So, oh look, these are already made up. These arrow type blocks. More, that'd be fun to just get a bunch of those and make something interesting. And they've got some patterns and stuff here. Cookie Monster. They have their logo on sweatshirts, and they have antique or previously owned quilts. And then you start in on the fabrics. They've got such a great selection. A lot of interesting patterns. Like this is funny. It's cat food cans. And I love that they put them in a little selection like this. Helps me when I just need a little bit. Yeah, these are all awesome. That's a Tim Holtz quilt. There's a kit for it. Just needs to do the binding. I've purchased so many books. She has a lot of awesome books. She has a space where you can come in and work during the day. Hi. Oh, that's pretty. And she's got a lot of great stitching stuff. She's got these, they were from Joann's, and she was able to get them from a closing store. So that's cool. And she's got some fabric, she's working on it. More fabric, more kits. I like those. And then this is great. I love all the embroidery and cross stitch on this shelf. She's got a lot of primrose and some cute stuff. Some kits, some wool for needle felting, some embroidery. Those are all very fun. And then she has some more DMC kits, which there are some cute ones. I really like this Paris one. And then there are more embroidery kits, some Japanese fabrics for stitching. And then she's also got something I want to try, which is sashiko, which is Japanese embroidery. So lots of awesomeness. And she does have yarn and some tools for crochet and knitting. These are patterns and such for all these different things, which I'm excited about because I want to try making a lot of that stuff. Oh, these are beautiful. She recently, because she opened in October, but she didn't have this other room yet. And the person who was here went out of business shortly after they opened. So they were able to get this space and expand their classroom, which is awesome. I'll go in there in a minute. Well, actually, I'll go there now. They're getting ready for their sample sale. So all these dressers and stuff are going to go outside for that. Oh, and they had construction guy here because that was all open. It wasn't drywalled the other day. So I'm in here making that quilt on Sundays. So here's a really cool piece of needlework. She does have a back entrance. More local artist stuff. Yeah, they are open every day. You can come here every day, which I'm pretty much been here many days this week. This is the fun table. It's all these quilt kits and layer cakes and such. Oh, these are quilt kits. These are great. Oh, you're fine. I like these vintage linens. They had a bunch of hankies that I was thinking of getting for embroidery. Look at all that. More wonderfulness in here. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, can't forget thread. Here's the layer cakes. These are awesome. This helped me when I picked my fabrics for my quilt. Oh, I like that one too.
What did I say on that one? 2? No, 3. Okay, I love that. You didn't, did you cut it already?
Just for this?
Okay, then, no.
Alrighty. So that is Cottonwood in the Park. Brand new to Severna Park. Hope you can come out and see it. Bye. Okay. So you saw the tour. It's fabulous, isn't it? I mean, there's so much in there. I could find something new every day. In fact, when I went back for the sidewalk sale on Saturday, they pulled out a ton of antiques outside, and they have 2 entrances, one in the back, one in the front, and they pulled out stuff at each side. And then, of course, inside they had another sale going with all the inside stuff. So it was really cool. And I'm going to show you what I got. Now, this wasn't on the sale, I don't believe, but it was just a cute little pack. They're 5-inch squares. And I liked it because A, they're already cut out, and B, I want to make like a pillow. I thought that would be fun. I want to do small projects, so I'm gonna, attempt a small project. And I know how to make a pillowcase. I mean, a basic square pillow. I've made basic flannel baby blankets before, and it's a very similar process. So I'm gonna give it a try. I found that. I bought some old quilted fabric. So there's 2 pieces. We got this one. Isn't that nice? I love the colors. They're bright and fun. And then this one. And the reason I bought these was because I think 2 months ago I went over, no, it was a month ago. It was when my sister was here. I went over to the Annapolis Antique Mall, which is a very hodgepodge little antique place. And somebody had this. They had a bunch of these in their stall, and it was made with vintage quilt material and then just a plain piece on the back. I want to do this, so I got this material. It was $5 for both of them because they're attached together, but I got the sale for inside, which was 10% on anything inside, and then I have a VIP discount, which is called QUACK. I love this acronym. Julie, if you're watching this, I love this acronym. I think it's hysterical because they're talking about people who've been quacked, So QUACK is Quilt Arts Crafts. So that's where they got that from. It's QUACK. So QUACK is 20%, and you can stack them with sales. So nice. It's an annual membership of $50, and I know I can go back through and add up the savings over time, and I'm probably already there. Like I bought a little mini iron today and I got quite a bit off. So, because I also get a class discount when I'm doing the class. So get to stack that together. It's awesome. So I'm gonna trace this out and figure out a pattern and give it a try with my new vintage material. Very excited. Okay, so that's my material. Oh, I found a rag rug. I am a sucker for rag rugs. This one's very pretty. The blues with a little bit of greens and the purples. Very much my mom. My mom and I share a love for this color palette. This is something, I might actually take it up to her, but for right now, I've put it on the floor next to my bed. I would love to make one of these. I know there's probably a YouTube tutorial about it, but I think it would be really fun. I always see them at craft fairs, not always, but when I do, I really look at them and kind of check them out and see if they're worth my while, you know. I bought, Julie at Cottonwood has a she calls it the warehouse. It is the area in the back of the store where she has pre-owned fabrics and tools and things like that. It's where I got the quilt squares. And they had this lovely velvet purple material. And I absolutely love this. And I do a lot of crafts, especially around wizards and magic and Lord of the Rings and different things that might need a bold, magic-y kind of fabric. And this would make like a great little chair or couch and a miniature book nook or something. And there's a lot here. So yeah, this will be, oh, it's just so nice. I love velvet. So that was also, I mean, that was a good deal. I got it that day, you know, it was nice. I got some Americana. They had quite a few of these little, I don't know how big they are. It's a fat quarter. So they had a bunch of fat quarters back there in different patriotic. So I know I stitched patriotic and this would be easy to put as a background on some of those. This one I got just because it is adorable. And Jess with Cross Stitch Jess, I was, you know, doing the project with scissors, and this fabric has scissors. So I might have to, you know, incorporate this somehow in that project because it is adorable. I love it. So this was a half yard cut that she had in the shop. Oh, this is fun. I've been eyeing this for a couple of visits. It's only on half this fabric, but it's an embroidered piece. I mean, look at that. And it has a modern feel to it because of these scallops and the bright colors. So there's a whole other piece back, it's folded in half. So I think I'm gonna cut it off of this other piece and maybe save it, the blank piece for something, I don't know. But this is cute. This would be good in decorations for like spring stuff. It's got a lot of nice pink and things that, you know, make you feel like colorful in spring, maybe even summer. So I got that there. This, Julie showed me this one because we were talking about how I like to rescue embroidery or things like that. And she showed me this piece. Is this the front? Yeah. It's a basket of strawberries, needlepoint. And I have a friend, or I had a friend who died a few years ago. Her name was Barbara. Barbara was known online as the Mad Strawberry. So I've been searching for years for something that felt right. And this kind of fell into my hands at the shop. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna figure out how to display that and remember Barbara every time I see it. So Barbara was awesome. I met her while I lived in Texas, and she was originally, well, no, she had come from California and moved to Texas as well. And she was always at the scrapbook store. I used to work at a scrapbook store. And we would do the Friday night crops, and she was always there doing her thing. She loved making cards. And we were always a part of like there was a design team called Gecko Gals, where we used printed images of like old-fashioned vintage images, and we would use them in our art in some way. So we did a lot of mixed media. Like I said, Barbara was more of a card person. She scrapbooked, and she would tell you she didn't do any of that artsy fartsy stuff with her scrapbooking. It was just to get her memories down, and that was it. I would, you know, do all the artsy fartsy stuff in my pages, so I'd have one picture on a page, and kind of lacked the whole point of recording the event. That's why I liked those pocket pages they did later, where it was like the little cards, and you can put them, it was like a baseball sleeve, and you just put different cards in. I got a lot more in that way. But Barbara was just awesome. She was like a, you know, a hippie loving kind of, I don't know, she's just badass. Can I say that? She was. I miss her dearly. I had moved away from Texas, but I kept in touch with her a lot. I visited once or twice when I went down there, and yeah, it was fabulous. Eventually they moved from there to Colorado to be near their girls and grandkid, and yeah, kind of lost touch with her, and I was really sad that she had died. So she was awesome. But yes, so I want to frame this and think of my Mad Strawberry, because she was awesome. All right, so, oh, I saw these two. These are fully quilted little pieces. I don't know, they look like they were, yeah, I think they were cut off of a bigger quilt, because I've got like a raw edge here. And there were 4 of them there, but I went through them. I want to use this for underneath, for right now, underneath like my Easter display stuff. Eventually maybe turn it into more little stuffed rabbits. I don't know, but I like that. I like seeing the old quilting and everything. I think it's a lot of fun. And then my, oh, it wasn't my last piece. Are these my last pieces? Oh, I got a couple hankies. So vintage hankies. I'm gonna embroider things on them. Sayings from, you know, different things like quotes and stuff like this. So I got some old hankies for a certain project I want to do. If you're interested, it is called, and you're gonna laugh at this one, it's called tinypricks.org. It's on Instagram under Tiny Pricks Project, I think. And they take the crazy quotes from politicians and such and embroider them on hankies. 2 things that don't seem to always go together. And then they also put some inspirational quotes, some good quotes on them as well. But I love the name of it, Tiny Pricks Project. So obviously it's, you know, double meaning there. But I think that'll be a lot of fun. She's making an art piece with them. She has instructions if you want to participate. You embroider on a hanky, and you can photograph it and send the actual hanky, because she is going to do an art installation with them. So definitely look her up on Instagram. A lot of fun. All right. And you know, there's not a lot I can do in this time in our country. So I'm throwing myself into my art, and if I can use my art in a way that helps, then that's what I'm going to do. And I feel like this is one way I can contribute to that, and I will do that. Another reason I wanted to do FlossTube was so that way I could have something to kind of put out there in the world and be positive. And the stitching community is such a positive atmosphere. We're all just trying to make art and put beauty into the world, and to be kind to one another. You know, it's hard right now. A lot of people don't find the time to be kind. So I think this is what we're doing to contribute. All right, my last thing I got there was this quilt. It is pretty big, so I'm not gonna unravel it all or unfold it all. It's obviously hand quilted. You can see the running stitches on there. The reason I got this, it's gonna be silly. it's the colors of Harry Potter Gryffindor house. So when I get my my room, I have a room right over here that is a really long living room, and it's full of boxes right now from when we moved in. And half of it's gonna be my library, so my sitting room and library where I'm gonna stitch and all that kind of stuff. And then the other half is gonna be my craft area. So I wanna make my little library area very cozy, think common room for a wizarding house kind of thing. So all my books and my artwork and all my nerdy cross stitch and crafts and all that stuff, that's where it's gonna go. So this is just something to have some fun because it makes me think of Gryffindor. So that's my haul from the quilt shop. Cottonwood in the Park is their name. They are on Instagram under that name. They're on Facebook as well, and you can look them up online. But they are a really cool shop. Julie and Deej are wonderful people, so definitely have to check it out if you're local. Okay, so moving on, let's see. Oh, I have, I'm gonna insert a little video right here for an FFO. So excited. So here it is. All right, so you saw that. The reason I inserted the video was because I was getting it back the day after I shot this. So since I knew I was piecing a couple pieces together, I thought, well, I'll just add that too, so I don't have to wait to share it because I didn't want to wait. Very excited to see that. And then I have one, it's almost done. I'm considering an FFO because I did something really fun today. I covered a hoop in green material and I put this in there, but now this is so stiff. I feel like the normal way where you put a running stitch around the back and then cinch it, I feel like it's not gonna work as well. So if anybody has done any finishes like this in the hoop, with really stiff Aida fabric, if you could let me know how you dealt with this excess of fabric, I would really appreciate it. I'm gonna take it to the EGA meeting with me tomorrow, and hopefully they'll have a solution for me, but I don't know. It's super cute. I'm thinking, I don't know, should I put a bow up here at all when I finally figure out the back? But isn't that like, look at that. Tuck all that down. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I love that I did this. And it was a last minute thing. I had it at the quilt shop with me and I went and grabbed a hoop off their wall, and I had the green fabric already I'd bought from there because I was gonna back some of my St. Patrick's Day smalls with them. And so I just tore a few strips. I think I tore 2 strips. And that was all I needed to go all the way around. And then I used a glue stick at the very end to keep it on. But it's so cute. I love it. I know it's slightly crooked if this is the very top. It should be like this, but it was really hard to get it in this because this fabric is so stiff and thick that I'm gonna take it as a win. The words aren't meant to be straight anyway, so it's okay. All right, so yes, I'm very excited about that one, to actually have a finish, and I hopefully will have some more finishes by the next video. Okay, let's see. I have some starts. So I started St. Patrick's Day. I'm gonna see how many St. Patrick's Day pieces I can get done in 17 days. So that's kind of what I do. I pick a bunch of smalls and I just see how many I can get. So this one is from Brooke's Books Publishing. I was really sad to hear about her passing away. And so when I was going through my St. Patrick's Day stuff, I thought this would be perfect to do and to kind of remember her contribution to the stitching world. I've always admired all of her patterns, but I still haven't stitched any. So Lucky Day is the one I'm stitching, and I don't have a picture of what it looks like finished because it's just a you know, like that. So lucky day. And I have this much done. So very excited about the rainbow stuff. Hopefully it'll fit. I cut the fabric. I measured. I read what it said. And this is 28 count. Is it Jobelin? Jobelin? Yeah, 28 count. And I measured. And I added like 2 inches. And now I'm feeling like it's going to be too, I don't know. I know his head's very squat on here, but now I'm regretting cutting off the excess. Also because it doesn't quite fit in my hoop. I don't want to use a size smaller because I definitely will have to be moving it as I do the stitch. So I'm making do. I didn't want to stitch it in hand either because I hate that. So I'm making do. It's tight enough that it's not so bad. I mean, it's tighter than if it was in my hand. So we're gonna see how it goes, right? I've got, what, 3 more colors and then a brim and then his face. So it's gonna be very close to the bottom edge. Yep. Oh well, it is what it is, you know? So we'll see how that goes. And I have it in my Valentine's project bag from DotDotGoose. It's a very cute one. I don't have a St. Patrick's Day bag, but I think I'm rectifying that. I think there's one on the way. So we'll see. Oh, where'd my book go? I have, I'm gonna add in a little video at the very end of with my daughter. So tomorrow, or maybe today or yesterday, I don't know, March 3rd is her birthday, her 16th birthday. And we went out to dinner tonight. We went to Uzu Sushi. I don't know the full name. I know Uzu's the first part. It was a really nice little conveyor belt sushi place. Both my kids love sushi. Me, not a big fan. My husband loves sushi, and their grandmother came with us. And she and I were both like, yeah, you know, we ate. It was fine. But the kids like it. They like it a lot. And I like the novelty of the conveyor belt. And I did mention to staff that it was their birthday because it's my son's birthday as well. My daughter's on the 3rd and my son's on the 4th. And I mentioned to the server it was her birthday. And my daughter was like, oh my gosh, Mom, this is gonna be so embarrassing. But no staff came over. The robot came over with 2 plates of mochi ice cream for both of them, and the robot saying happy birthday. It was adorable. I will put that in at the very end so you can see it because it just made my day. I wasn't expecting it, so I had to quickly get my phone out and record it. And even as the robot went away from us, it still just kept singing the song and leaving. It was so cute. So yes, happy birthday to both of my children. They're 16 and 14. Yeah, awesome. But here's my daughter. Hey everybody, it's me popping in the next day for a little shout out to my daughter. Hi. This is my beautiful daughter Gwen, and it is her 16th birthday today.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't like that.
What? That it's 16th? 16. My baby's growing up. We were talking at lunch today about the day you were born and all that kind of fun stuff because Grandma was there too, and it was special. So I was gonna, the dog, he's sniffing up at the treats because he got one and obviously it didn't last very long. And he's now searching. But I wanted to get Gwen on here, to wish her a happy birthday. Let me give her kisses. Okay. My baby, she's growing up. Tomorrow's my son's birthday, but I doubt he wants kisses too. That's Copper. That's our dog, and he's as big as a horse. He's a Rhodesian Ridgeback, and he likes to weave in and out while we're doing stuff.
Yeah.
He likes to whine, and he's learned how to whine in a serious way to get what he wants. We thought he was hurt.
Oh my
because
gosh.
that was the whine he was giving off.
It
And
was like a yelp.
and I immediately was like, because my husband was like petting him on the ground while we were playing a board game. And all of a sudden he yelped, and I was like, what did you do to him? And he's like, I didn't do anything. I was just touching him.
He just wanted attention.
He did. We kept trying, and he wouldn't yelp the same way consistently. It was different body parts. He just kept doing it. And we were all very concerned. We were around him, and I thought maybe he has to go to the bathroom. Maybe he's been trying to tell us, and we've been kind of ignoring him. So he goes outside, and he didn't go right away.
He ran around and played.
He ran around and played, and then did a little marking out there, and it's just like, he was fine. We vigorously petted him and did all the things, and no whining.
Mm-hmm.
He learned how to use a serious whine to get what he wanted. He is very much a teenager right now. Isn't that what teenagers do? He's in his cage
I thought
now.
He was like ruffling through our stuff.
No, he's not getting in my stuff. I would be yelling. Okay, so Gwen is a cross stitcher too.
Yeah.
I've taught you. How old were you?
Poquito. 8.
You were 8 years old?
Yeah.
Which is about the same age my sister taught me. So why don't you show them a couple of things. You just finished one yesterday?
Yeah, it's a small little mushroom guy.
Yeah, she just finished that yesterday. So she has a cute little finish.
Yeah.
She gets little kits from people. Me.
From you.
It's from me.
From
It's
you.
from me. But mushrooms are all over the place right now. So
No one else really knows I cross stitch. So
yeah,
that's
I will
it.
tell everybody.
I'm
She's
good.
into all kinds of art. She paints and draws, and
Yeah.
she loves online games for like architecture and designing and like interior design and all kinds of stuff. She's into everything. So when did you finish this next one?
Like maybe a few months ago. It was during summer.
Okay. Oh yeah, she brought her kit with us to
Summer camp.
for BSA, and I was cross stitching too. And I remember cross stitching in the dining hall.
Yeah.
Together. It was a really hot
And the
day.
AC.
And the dining hall has air conditioning,
Yeah.
so it was definitely worth it. And then what is something you want me to put together so you can make it?
So it's this really cool like witch, almost like weird demon witch thing.
Okay, so this is called The Collectors, and it is from
Autumn Lane. I think.
Autumn Lane Stitchery. She saw this a few years ago and really liked it and thought, yes, she has to do it. So I got her some Aida fabric instead of the recommended linen because she hasn't stitched over 2 before. And I got as close to that base color because some of this is negative. I think these shadows back here are empty space because of the fabric.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. So I'll get that set up for you so you can get started on that whenever you want. Now that you are out of cross stitch patterns. So awesome.
Out.
All right. Well, you don't have to stick around for the rest if you don't want to, but you can say goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
All right. Happy birthday, honey.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
I love you.
Love you too. I also have my finish for Little Women here. Very excited. I got this back from my framer who is a member of the EGA, which is my Embroidery Guild of America. It's my local chapter. I don't know every chapter has somebody that frames and does finishing or anything, but we are lucky to have 2 people. And Terry, she does framing. I got the frame because I found it at a consignment shop and I thought the wood color matched the house. It's Little Women and the house is central to this pattern. It is by the Stitching Book Club, which is Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts. And you can see that house. I don't know if you're familiar with Little Women, but it's kind of like an older house, little worn, and this wood has, you know, part of it rubbed off, the paint and the stain and stuff. So I thought that was perfect. But yeah, I love that. And she gave me a helpful tip And it's really funny. She asked me if I knew how to do a loop start. And I've only been doing a loop start for about a year. This is one of those things that I only learned because I finally started stitching with other people. I've done stitching on my own, and I didn't watch FlossTube, and I didn't do any of that. And I started finally stitching again, going to people's houses or going to like the Embroidery Guild, and I heard about Loop Start. So I've been doing that, and it's great, but I didn't used to. And Terry noticed on this piece, she says, "You are an incredibly neat stitcher." She goes, "But I just want you to know, in case you ever enter anything into the fair, but between my letters, I dragged the thread." So the letters are not consistently made up of the whole color. They have like 3 colors going up and down them, right? So when I would jump from here to here and do it all the way down. And so she says the fabric's pretty dark, pretty thick. So it's not very noticeable. She goes, but a judge would probably notice it. And I noticed a little bump down here between the 2 and the 0. So she said, you know, I cleaned up some, but I can't clean up all of them. She goes, that's something a framer looks out for too, because you don't want it to be seen through it. She's like, I'm not trying to criticize you. And I'm like, I totally understand. Any helpful things like that, I greatly appreciate. But it is true. This was finished in 2022, and I didn't start Loop Start until 2023, end of 2023, maybe 24. So it was a big game changer, and it would have helped those a lot. So yeah, but I love it. I'm very happy with it. She was worried because I have more space on the top and bottom than the sides. And I said, I know, that's fine. I said, I don't need a custom frame for everything. This one worked out. It was only a couple of dollars at a consignment shop. Well worth it. So, and I don't like to do glass on mine. I like a little bit of puff. So she's got some batting behind here, so it puffs out just a little bit. And I love it. Absolutely love it. So Little Women by Sapphire Mountain Crafts. She had it as a stitch along, and I never do stitch alongs when I'm supposed to do stitch alongs. So it's just kind of a pattern for whenever. But I love it. I love the bright colors. I love all their names right there and the author's name there. And I'm guessing that's when she wrote the book. And that was the year I stitched it. I used to take this to allergy appointments with my son, his shots, because he used to go twice a week and get allergy shots. So that was something to pass the time, because with every allergy shot, you have to stay a half hour afterwards and to see if they have a reaction. He did once. But not during that time when I was stitching that. So I had my EGA meeting today. Obviously, I picked up my stitching, and somebody brought all kinds of patterns, and other people brought things to give away. And I was able to pick up a lot of patterns and some supplies that I use for like my Girl Scout troop or other Girl Scout troops, because I've offered to teach girls how to stitch if they want that as a meeting. So there was a bunch of hoops. I like collect these now. I have so many, because if I don't use them for, you know, actually stitching, I use them for framing on some pieces, because it naturally works best in a round frame. But I have so many of these now. It's great. I was able to score like, I don't know, 10 or 12 6-inch ones at a Girl Scout swap. They were on the table, and I'm like, oh yes, I'll take all of these. And then 3 things of Aida. So this one's a cream colored Aida. It says antique white, and it is, what size is it? It says 1 piece, worth your time. Doesn't say what the count is, so I'll probably have to get out a ruler. It looks like a normal size, like a 14, but I'm not sure, so I'll have to look compared to others. This is a 16 white Aida. It has some cut off of it. And then this is also a 16 white Aida. So very handy to have when teaching girls or even, you know, anybody new. So I cut bookmarks out of some of that before and did that as a project at the library. So that will definitely come in handy either for Girl Scouts or for a library program or an outreach for the EGA, either way. I also, they were just handing me stuff then. They're like, yeah, you could use this. I don't know if I'll ever use this. I have towels. I don't know. This one's cute. I mean, it's got, he hates being ignored. This one's cute with the gingham. And then this is just a basic ivory towel. So I don't know. We'll see. I was able, one of the big scores I got, and I want to thank, I forget her name, who brought all of these, but I want to thank her so much for these patterns, because it was a treasure trove. This one, most people would just turn it away, but I do so many other crafts that this was awesome, because I was Googling this thing a couple weeks ago. It's miniatures for doll houses. This makes me extremely happy. I'm so silly because I wanted miniature patterns. There's a rug in here, there's seat cushions, there's bell pulls, you know, in the different color schemes. Then this one has a cute little quilt looking pattern, has cushions for a chair, and this is what I want to make for like a book nook or something like that. And then this one again has some patterns for different things. I think a bedspread. So I'm super excited about this. It's so silly. I'm geeking out, but there's so many cute little things that I can make. It's on miniature. So I just don't know what size. So their cover model says 22 count. No way. There's no way that was done on 22 count. I feel like it has to be smaller, like at least over 1 on 20. I don't know. Has anybody here made anything in miniature for a dollhouse or anything? If you can, you know, leave any tips on size of count for fabric. They give a lot of options, like, oh, if it's 22 count, then it's going to be this big. I get that, but I want it to be the right size for like a ratio of 1 to 12, you know, 1/12 scale for like Barbie size. Okay, so yes, these are awesome. I'm excited about that. There was a lot of things like Jeanette Douglas, a needle book. I am fascinated with that stuff right now. This is cute, Country Spirits collection from Homespun Elegance. I love the little sheep pulling the little wagon. Again, I keep seeing scissors everywhere, and it makes me think of Cross Stitch Jess and her project coming up. So this one was Jane Austen. You guys, I'm so excited because you know I'm doing a Jane Austen project, and this is the year of Jane Austen because it's her 250th birthday. So this one is the Stitching Parlor, The Daughters of Longbourn. So inspired by Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, first in a series of 5 samplers. I need to look them up and see if I can find the others. But it's the Bennett sisters, and you can see all the initials above them. So very cute. I mean, even if I were just to take the sisters out of this and put them on their own, I think that would be really cool. So even if I just use some of the elements on here, I think it would be really fun. More little things. I like that one. This one says, many thanks from Teresa and I for your support. Needle art by Marjorie Massey. It's a gift. Yep. So very cute from Kitten's Stitcher. This is cute because they're stitching or quilting or something at the table. And I love that. And I love the colors used. It's very bright. And it's got a bunch of little things that you can make. This is where stitchers gather. Stitcher's pocket, scissor fob, scissor case, and needle book. I mean, I just love this design. So that's cute. This one's fun for Paris. It's from what, Tralala collection. I like the Eiffel Tower. My niece and my daughter are going to Paris this summer. So even just doing that Eiffel Tower on its own would be a lot of fun. This looked fun for something small. Just a little, it's a little fob, but based on sewing. There's back stitching on there. That's the only, but it's small. So I think that would be a fun gift. This one, she had 2 of these in there, so she's bought it twice. And I don't know if I'm gonna do it, but my last library I worked at was all about pirates, and this might be kind of fun to gift them, but it's a Santa pirate, yo ho ho ho. And it even has the little charm. It has his naughty or nice list hanging there in his hand, and the charm is in here. And this is by Post Stitches. So it has a little charm. I love it. A little treasure map or naughty nice, I don't know. Waxing Moon Designs. So it says snowmen are cool. I like little winter things. Little House Needleworks. This one's just very pretty. I like the rose plants. That's my favorite. So cute little design. Purely Samplers Santa Button Sampler by Homespun Elegance. I like the colors in this, the variety, and the tree has different colors as you go down. This one, because it looks like quilt blocks, since I'm into quilting, I've been trying to think of cool patterns that the quilt shop could carry while still keeping on brand for them. And there's so many quilt type patterns out there for cross stitch. Lori Holt even started designing a ton, and I think it would be really cute. It goes well with their vibe. So I've been intrigued by quilt looking things. So this is more of like a cross stitch slash needle point. It's got some different stitches in there, and I know mixing up the colors, it would be really neat to do those. I mean, they would be fun individually for ornaments as well, but it just tests my knowledge of different stitches. It gets me out of my comfort zone and trying new things. Can't pass up Prairie Schooler. So I've got the whole garden on there. Individually, those would be great too. They have daffodils. That's the birth flower for this month. So that's why I have, and it's, see, the tattoo guy said I should have it so when my arms this way, everybody can see it, but it's for me, and I should have made it so I can see it when I do this, because they're upside down. But I have 2 daffodils here representing my kids, and they always laugh because they're like, one's smaller than the other, so who is who? And I'm like, well, technically there's older and younger, but they don't like to hear that. Or he doesn't like to hear that because he's the younger one. The work basket, Quaker Halloween. I really like the owl. I have a thing about owls, so I want to do that. This is another needle book, is the House of Alphabets. I think that's fun with all the letters in the house. And I like the little book that they made out of it. Another work basket one, samplers with house, and just something small. And I think that would be easy with some variegated thread. This one probably never get to, but I love the idea. I'm a huge genealogy fan. Love all of that stuff. But this is the family reunion. I love the idea of this, of making this and putting my family's names and initials in there. Maybe, you know, everybody from my parents' family and all of us. I think that would be really special. So I didn't get a huge chance to flip through it. But yeah, it's big. And then they have some cute little frames on the back. Acorns all around. I think that's adorable. I love squirrels. Rosewood Manor. Okay. I like seeing where they're from sometimes. You know, the stickers. I had one I set on my first FlossTube. It was from the attic. And while I've never, you know, bought anything or done anything with the attic, But I heard all about Jean's passing. And so after her passing, when I finally knew something about them, and I've heard great stories from like Pam and Steph. So when I saw the pattern and it said the attic on it and it said Phoenix, Arizona, I was like, that was from them. That was special. Here's another one, In the Pines by the Scarlet House. Again, it's got quilts in it and it's got like a log cabin house with all the pines. I love that very woodsy feeling, and the quilt tie-in, which is fun. This one I love because of the colors. It's Carriage House Samplings, the Gilded Cage. The colors are gorgeous. So have that. And then my last one is the Summer Floral Sampler from Knotted Tree Needle Art. Very fall and fun kind of pattern. I like that one a lot. And it does have some extra stitches in it, some not cross stitches. I see here a rounded rhodes, a triple leviathan, and an eyelet stitch. So I like to try different things. And I've done some of those stitches before, probably all of them. So I like them. They're cool. But anyways, that is everything I got from the EGA meeting. And I was the last one to go and search through her boxes. She kind of waited for me. She wanted me to take as much as I could because she didn't want to take them home. So, you know, she'll get a good big thank you from me. But yeah, I love being part of the EGA. We share our stuff with each other. You know, people come and go. We're always looking for new members at any chapter in the country. So please look up EGA. The information is in the comment, or is in the description. So get on there and check it out. But that's it. I'm wrapping up my episode 4 with this segment. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And again, if you have any tips on anything I have shared, I am always open to constructive criticism, handy little things. I love it. Because again, I've stitched in a bubble for so long that I don't know what I don't know. I think I said that earlier. I don't know what I don't know, you know? So anything that you could share would be great. Any tips on framing certain things or finishing or anything like that would be great. I just love that we're all here and sharing and connecting with each other and making the world a little bit better, at least in our corner, right? FlossTube rocks. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe or like or leave a comment. I answer everybody's comment. It's a lot of fun. I even had somebody ask about Girl Scout stuff and ask for more details about how to start a troop every year. So I can help. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy your meal. I have to go now.